If it is or if it ain't, it's going to come out. Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is May the 9th, 2023, and today the topic is faith work. Happy Tuesday, y'all. Happy Tuesday. I hope that you all had a great day yesterday. Mine was just fine. My Monday. Well, there's a few little things that happened yesterday. Thing number one is my husband out of nowhere yesterday morning was like, hey, y'all want to go take a walk? And I was like, yeah. That was something that we would do every now and then. When we used to live in this apartment complex, we would walk, me and him, and he had a dog at that time. And we've done it a few times here in the neighborhood as well. So he was like, yeah, and I was like, well, maybe we could take the little guy's little trike out and he can ride the trike and we can walk X, Y, and Z. And by the time we finally made our way to go outside, my mom and my sister was sitting in the driveway, and that is because I secured a couple of bags, y'all. Listen, let me go ahead and drop this information for y'all. Those that are interested, she has a sale going on the first Vashti bag, y'all, so y'all can go check that out. All right, you guys can get it for a discount. It's a Mother's Day special. Y'all can look up Nyla O'Neal on Facebook, or I don't know if I have her information here at all, but yeah, hit her up if y'all are interested in getting this bag, securing the bag. I know I got a couple. I'll go ahead and tell y'all. Basically, my mother-in-law and my grandmother-in-law should expect these bags, because that's what I got them for Mother's Day. Little double gift, in my humble opinion. You all also know my sister is the owner of Anchor for Blah to Me and everything like that. So she has a lot of great things going on, and I'm super excited for her. But yeah, if y'all want to support in any aspect, y'all go get a bag or go take a class or whatever. Get her to come to you all. She has a mobile lab as well under the name Anchor. So she's doing great things. Oh, let me go ahead and just name drop her salon as well. She Diva Style Salon is her salon as well. Y'all can check out the episode of GSL when I interviewed her and everything like that. But yeah, so they were in the yard yesterday. I was trying to find her her link or whatever, but I gave y'all enough information about it. Y'all can look her up, like I said, on Facebook, Nyla O'Neal. Nilao apostrophe Neal. All right. Get y'all a bag or whatever y'all might need. But anywho, yeah, I did buy a couple of bags, so I can give us gifts and whatnot. And yeah, and so we had some time chit-chatting with them. Mom was with her and everything like that. And so we spent some time chit-chatting with them. And then afterwards, we took a little walk. And then after that, we went to go and look into some stuff. Because I don't know if I told y'all, but stuff going on in my husband's car or whatever the case is. So we went over to try to figure that out. And so after that, it was getting dangerously close to the time that I had to do an interview. So I almost canceled the interview, which was crazy because this person that had signed up, we had, so many attempts before, and, I would hate it to, have counseled and whatnot. But long story short, we ended up finishing that up, and then I made it home on time to do the interview for GSL. So I did that, and then I ended up taking some promo photos, just a test run or whatever. But technically, since technically the cat is out the bag, I will let y'all know. So long story short, y'all know that I've been telling you all that I have something to tell y'all. I have a few things to tell y'all, but I'm gonna announce one thing now, I guess, to those that listen to me and watch me on the Juice. Y'all get inside info, right? And so I guess you all will be one of the first to know officially that your girl, me, Miracle Sims, I've been asked to be, drumroll please, the face of Mom Bomb. Y'all, listen, first of all, to God be the glory for all things. It just blows my mind all the time, like the different things that God is doing. When the owner was talking to me about it, I just was like flabbergasted, because like as an actor, like I don't know if y'all get this, but for me, right, as an actor for a brand, right, to ask you to be their face, it's like being the Flow of Progressive, or like the Pine Sol lady of Pine Sol. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to me, it's huge. I'm over here like, you really want me? For real? Are you sure? So, we're still negotiating some things or whatever, and what's that actually going to look like. But I might as well share it now because they shared it. They put it on their TikTok already. I sent her some photos that I took yesterday because we were talking about the character and things like that. And those of y'all that were watching live, y'all might have already just seen it, but let me show you again. So, I wanted to create a character specifically for them because y'all know that I play a lot of different things as an actor. And so she has like copper hair and all this type of stuff. But anywho, basically I had sent some photos to them as just like hey, what do you think? And I guess they loved it. They shared it on TikTok. So like I said, I might as well share it with y'all that this is another door the Lord has opened for me, to be the face of their brand, to be a spokesperson, I would say, I guess, for their brand. And yeah, so y'all will see me, but in character. So the character is named Sergeant Self-Care, okay? And I'll pretty much be doing what I've been doing with my own situation, which is, y'all know, I have been trying to encourage ladies, specifically, but I mean everybody anyway, to take time to unwind or take time to take care of yourself. Because like I told y'all, in my journey, especially after becoming a mom, I started to see how important it was for me to take some time for me, and to even like close the door and like send NJ to his papa and just have some me time. And I've seen how important that is. And so I started my group, yes, to share about, the products that I have, like the nail polish and the wine and all this different type of stuff. And just to get a group of women together and just say, hey, shout out your brands and stuff too. And let's just remind each other to take time to unwind, take time for self-care, X, Y, and Z. Well, y'all, I guess I'm going to be doing it on a little bit of a larger scale, as they say. Sergeant Self-Care on duty, reminding the moms to take time for self-care. So thank you, Mom Bomb, for entrusting your girl to be the face of your brand. Like I said, I'm truly honored. I stand by Mom Bomb because they do phenomenal work. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to share that with you all. And be on the lookout. Be on the lookout for more content, I guess, created centered around this. And we'll see. We'll see what what all it will entail. But I just wanted to share that with you guys because that was something that I guess went live yesterday, technically. And so I wanted to, make sure I just made an announcement formally. So I'll be making an announcement on my social media and whatnot as well. But those that tune into the juice, you got the juice ahead of time. All right. So that was something that happened yesterday that I'm excited about. And I think that's it. Like, that's the main highlights of yesterday. But I guess in some ways it kind of rolls over into today's topic, y'all. So today, it's interesting. So I woke up this morning at 3:23, and I ended up, looking up verses centered around that. Y'all know how I do, okay? And one of the first verses I came across was Colossians 3:23, and it says, "And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men. Okay, so this stands out to me for a variety of reasons. One, again, I am still negotiating this thing with Mom Bomb. Like, what is this gonna look like? X, Y, and Z. And on one hand, you want to be professional, right? You want to get everything, together. Your lines, your T's crossed, your I's dotted. You want to get everything, while I'm learning, right? I'm learning. I need to get everything, in black and white or whatever the case is, right? But on the flip side, right, there's just certain things. It's so funny. The brand itself, it says on this brand, it's like it's heart's work, right? And that's the thing. Like at the end of the day, like the things we do, like it's a blessing, at least for me, because I know everybody, I guess, hasn't been able to do this, right? But at least for me in my life thus far, I could say that just about any type of job I've had or whatever, it has been something that I've either enjoyed or, yeah, like, for lack of a better way to say, like it's been something that I enjoyed at the end of the day, and I had no problem doing as work. Like there might have been only maybe like one position out of all of my work experiences that I might have been like feeling some way about doing the job, and that was only because I felt like I felt hoodwinked in a way. It was like I had auditioned to do something, and then the company hired me, but then they hired me to like do something totally different. And then but I had to like watch what I had actually went for every day. So it just was like that made it awkward and made it like not, as fun, I guess you would say. But for whatever reason, the Lord has put in me to like whatever job I went for or whatever the case is, to try to go for things that I enjoyed or try to go for things that I actually wanted to do or I'm actually gifted in or whatever the case is, right? So I have been blessed in that way, right? And I understand that everybody may not have that and things, so no judgment at all in regards to that. But I guess I talk about that because it makes it easier, right, to operate in as if you're working for the Lord, right? When you're operating in your giftings, when you're operating in your the things that you may be passionate about, whatever the case is. But regardless, right, regardless of if you're operating in your gifts or not, this verse here and several other verses in the Bible is telling us to work heartily. Whatever we do it to the glory and honor of God. Whether we eat, drink, whatever it is, we need to be doing it to the glory and honor of God, right? And in some way, right, when you start to think about letting your work be as if you're working for God and not for man, it might change the way that you do it, right? It might change the appreciation that you have for your jobs or whatever the case is. And so, that stood out to me this morning, and so that's what I ended up going deeper about and looking into, and that's ultimately what the juice is going to be about today. So that's how I came to the topic, y'all, and everything like that. So okay, so let me transition into how I got these verses and whatnot, right? So I got on social media after I did my prayer meditation and stuff, and after this whole idea about work and whatnot came into my heart and mind and stuff, and I came across something in Let's Be Clear, right? The group, Let's Be Clear. Like I said, I still debate every now and then, like, should I get out of this group? It wasn't bad, nothing bad today, but it's just funny that every time I talk about it, I'm like, yeah, I still be debating. I'm still in the group, y'all. I'm still in there, but I be debating all the time, like, But anywho, basically, someone posted I guess it was like a text stream. I don't know if it's real or anything like that, but it was like, I guess, proving a certain point about work, right? Basically, somebody in the text message was asking someone else for money. That individual said, hey, instead of me giving you this money, could you do this task for me and I'll give you more? And matter of fact, if you do it for me and my, I think he's saying his like girlfriend's place or something like that, then, I will also give you double of what I said, which would be more than what the individual asked for. And then the individual was like, they didn't want to do all of that. So, no judgment, whatever. Like I said, it could be real, it could be not real, But I guess I bring it up in this moment because it kind of coincides with all this work talk. Like, on one hand, I guess this is what made me start to think, like, work works. You know, at the end of the day, the things y'all see, and I'm not saying trying to, I can only share my testimonies, y'all, so I hope nobody's like offended by me sharing or whatever. I'm not trying to puff myself up in any regard. All I'm trying to do is encourage and inspire whoever's listening to the sound of my voice that whatever you guys see me doing is something that you all can do. And at the end of the day, like, I'm not sitting here again puffing myself up in any regard. I'm sitting here saying this is what the Lord is doing with the things that I've been doing, So with that being said, it's like, again, work works. Like, when you put some work in, like, you'll see results, like, from the work, like, and it's through faith. It's not about, again, I know there's this whole debate about, again, faith and works and that whatnot. We're not talking about that at the moment. We're only talking about, like, work in general. Like, when you put some work in, you'll see results from that work. And so I'm a living witness of that. Again, I believe that the things that y'all are seeing is because of the work that was put in probably years ago or prior to now, basically. And I'm thankful, right? I'm thankful for every blessing and everything like that. And especially once I started to really focus on doing things for God, that's another thing as well. That's why because I thought I was going to name this episode Work Works, but then I ended up making it Faith Work. So basically, when you start to do the will of God, right? When you start to do work for the Lord, He's going to establish it. Like, this in His Word, this is what it says. And I'm sitting here living proof of, doing faith work and God working through my faith, and that's all I can share at the end of the day. But I hope, again, that encourages you and inspires you to put in some faith work, y'all. Like, put in some work in faith, and you're going to see faith work in your life. But hey, let me share some verse with y'all so y'all know I'm not just talking to you. So this is what the Bible got to say. So Hebrews 6:10, it says, "For God is not unjust so as to overlook your work and the love that you have shown for His name in serving." So He's not going to overlook it, y'all. But here, hold on, let me finish the verse here. It says, "Serving the saints as you still do." So I did want to go deeper with that verse, and I ended up putting Hebrews 6:9-12 in the go deeper section, so y'all can check that out on your own. But yeah, He is not going to overlook the work that you put in. Like, He sees the work, right? He sees that you're making faith moves in your life. He sees that you are leaning and depending on Him and trusting Him with your life, and He's going to establish you in that. The more you do that, the more He will establish you in it. So let me keep going, y'all. So then Proverbs 16:3, it says, "Commit your work to the Lord and your plans will be established." So there you go. I didn't just make that up. It's written in black and white right there. Y'all can read it for yourselves. Again, that's Proverbs 16:3. And like I said, I'm a living witness. The more I've committed my work to the Lord, the more He has established me and given me the things that I've dreamed about. Like at the end of the day, like, I believe that, again, God puts the plans that He has for you on your heart, right? And you start to think, okay, these are my goals, these are my dreams, these are my passions, X, Y, and Z. And then the funny thing, the reason I laugh here is that the more I tried to do those things on my own, the more I would find myself like, man, I'm missing something. Man, this don't feel right. Man, something ain't right about whatever I was trying to do on my own. Once I started to put my trust in the Lord and let Him lead and guide me how to do the things, here I am basking in all the different things that was in my heart and mind and dreams. And all I can sit here to tell y'all at the end of the day is it was just taking the first step of faith. and that's probably where He wanted me to be. Like, at the end of the day, if I got all of my quote unquote dreams, passions, all that stuff on my own, what would my testimony be? Yes, I did it. I did this. I did that. I did that. But because I've been in situations where I know that all I did was take a step of faith, that's all I can sit here and say. I would be lying to you to be like, it was all me. At the end of the day, I know that it was the Lord that it has established all these things, has given me favor with different people and all of this, where doors are now open to where I'm over here like, well, as they say, in the overflow, right? And I hope that it's flowing over to you, whoever you are, listening to the sound of my voice, whatever the case is. I hope, again, that you're encouraged and inspired by this, because he will establish the work that you do for him. So then we got Proverbs 14:23. It says, in all toil there is profit, but mere talk tends only to poverty. Ooh, now I know that might be pulp. We might not like to hear that or listen to that or whatever the case is. It reminds me again of that scenario I told you all earlier. Like at the end of the day, just asking or whatever the case is for something, yes, it can be given to you, but at the same time, like now this ain't Bible, even though people might think it's Bible, but the quote about, teaching a man how to fish at X, Y, and Z. Like, that's what that is. To me, that whole scenario I told y'all earlier about the text message, someone asking for some funds, and the person say, hey, if you work for the funds, I give you more. And they didn't want to do that. It's like, not only would you get more, right? But then that would have been a new side hustle or business established. Because then what if somebody else saw you doing that task for them and was like, hey, can you do that for us? And that's a business. Like, that's a whole new... That's generational wealth right there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, then you can teach your children to do that task, whatever the case is. But instead of that, we all, I think we get, I don't know if it's just being lazy. I don't know if it's whatever, but it's like we want to just get whatever we want in that moment versus thinking about the big picture. And here's the thing, like, and I don't know, no judgment or whatever. Again, I know people, we got to do what we got to do, especially as parents, whatever the case is. Like, maybe you got to just take the job that you can get, X, Y, and Z. But at some point, right, if you feel like you're in a position that you hate, like I told my husband years ago, I'm like, husband, listen, at the end of the day, there's all kinds of jobs out here. You know what I'm saying? So if you hate the one you in, then, you might be able to just go ahead and like try to go for the one you love, because at the end of the day, there's a chance that you'll get in it. And if you don't get in it the way you think you will, you might get close to it. You might get the next best thing, or you might get what you really need versus like, getting what you thought you needed or whatever. And so, again, I'm a living witness. I know everybody can't be entrepreneurs out here. I'm not telling everybody to be an entrepreneur, but what I'm saying is that there are plenty of options and jobs, right? And so at the end of the day, I would say seek the Lord about, what he put in you and what he actually wants you to do. And I believe that it's centered around whatever our passions, the goals, dreams, like the things that we know that we're great at, whatever skills, all this different type of stuff is what our giftings and whatnot is. And I believe that, again, once we are focused on doing, again, God's work, as well as doing the things that we enjoy, then it will make it easier to do it like we're doing it for the Lord, to go to our job and work as if we're working for the Lord. If it is for you to have a job, or if it's for you to be an entrepreneur, then, you would do that work as if you're working for the Lord. So just saying, y'all, work does work, you know what I'm saying? And faith work. It works even better. And, that's just me. This is me out here sharing about what the Lord is doing. But let's see, 1 Corinthians 15:58, it says, therefore, my beloved brothers, be steadfast, immovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, knowing that in the Lord your labor is not in vain. Friends, at the end of the day, like when I sat here and thought about this verse this morning, as I was writing it down, I was thinking about those 12 disciples, right? I was thinking about, those biblical figures that pushed through, obviously lost their lives in horrific ways and all this different type of stuff to get this message out to now for me to be sitting here talking in 2023 about the same message or whatever the case is. And so, and who knows, again, who's listening to the sound of my voice and where it's going to go from here. I know my son is already singing the little intro jingle. He's like, the daily dose of inspiration, the juice. So I don't know if he's going to carry it on when I'm gone or whatever the case is. I don't know. But at the end of the day, like, I guess, like I said, I just took some time to reflect on that this morning as I wrote that last verse down. Because at the end of the day, our labor for the Lord is not in vain. Their labor was not in vain. And our labor is not going to be in vain. because the Lord has His ultimate plan at the end of the day, and we all are a part of it. Like, we all have some part in it. Even if you feel like you're not doing ministry, like, even like, because your life can be that thing. Like, it's not even about you getting into some quote unquote title or position, or, you know, even having a church or full on ministry or something. It could be just you talking to your neighbor. You know, it could be just you helping out your friend. Like, it could just be like, sometimes it's just that, like, being Jesus to people. Now, I know we're not perfect or nothing like that, but I'm saying, like, being that representation of Christ to people. You know what I mean? Like, it could be a smile, right? It could be a hug. It could be as simple as just, hey man, let me buy you lunch. Like, whatever the case is, y'all. Like, I guess the thing is, like, at the end of the day, we can't think that whatever the Lord has us to do is small. Like, each and every day, each and every choice, all that stuff matters, and you matter. You know, you matter at the end of the day. And so, I hope that you all are encouraged and inspired. Like I said, this topic was called Faith Work today. And so again, whether you want to think about that works or that faith work in particular, or any of the things that I shared today, encourage and inspire you. That's what I hope has happened, because that's the juice. Now, the Bible verse of today is 1 John 1:9, and it says, if we confess our sins, He is faithful and just to forgive us our sins and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love. You're the little of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. Did you know that you can support us for just 99 cents a month? That's right, friends. You can support everything that we do here at GSL for just 99 cents a month. Take a look around wherever this post is. You might see a link or maybe even a button that says support. Go there, check out the options, consider supporting us, because, you know, we enjoy bringing you all the daily inspiration as well as the weekly talk show, but we have much, much more to come. Thank you so much for the consideration. Bye-bye.